Here we are, buddy. It's good to see you, my
Good to see
friend.
you, John.
You're at home in the G-Borough.
At home in the Jeep. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Mom's doing a whole lot better. We actually went to the movies with her friends last week.
She did.
She did. We couldn't even go to the movies when I was down there. It was the movie. It's the second one of the Inside Out. So it's an animated. It's a Pixar, and it goes into this young girl's head, all her emotions and all this stuff. So this was the second one. So she went with her two friends. There, one Jennifer that helps her out with stuff almost every day or every other day, and then her longtime friend who was really her movie-going friend, and Diane. So they had a good time.
Good.
Yes.
You had fun?
Yes, had a great time. She's getting her trees trimmed for hurricane season, so that's good for her.
She's trimming her trees.
So she has all these oak trees. The house.
Does she have any bushes?
There are lots of azaleas and other stuff like that. Yeah, but and she's got some smaller trees, but these are oak trees. So you want to have. I get your joke, but yes, but the oak trees, especially the laurel oaks, they have more leaves and they grow fast, so they're very susceptible to a lot of damage with high winds. So that's what she's doing. It's expensive too. It's like $3,500. Sorry, Mom. I don't know. I want to share that with the world, but anyway.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
So, anyways, but yeah.
No Cocoa Puffs for you.
No, but I
no
got
Captain Crunch for you.
But look what we have here. Greg is going to do a Chef Greg night. We'll talk some politics, maybe. We'll talk some big news, maybe. But
absolutely.
Tell Greg, tell them about what we've got going on here.
Well, tonight we're going to make a beautiful Greek salad, super duper healthy, with some nice roasted chicken with onion, pepper, and paprika. It's really, really good.
Very delicious.
This is super duper. It's healthy.
Very healthy.
But first, we have some wine.
We do. A very, very nice Pinot Noir. Meiomi.
Great.
Excellent. And since Greg's doing all the cooking and all the hard work, he's given me the privilege of pouring the wine. So hopefully I don't screw this up.
Fantastic. I'm excited.
All right. Let's see here. This is about 2 good-sized glasses, so we want it to be good and fresh. So let's see. That's a good first pour.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. There you go.
What do you want to talk about first? Anything in mind? I have something in mind, but maybe there's something you want to talk about first.
I mean, we sort of talked about some big news that's happening and politics, but I say, why don't you get us let off there? You're good at that. And we'll do a toast here to get us started here.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Good to have you back. Oh, it's delicious.
That's
Man,
good.
that aerator does such a good job.
It's good.
It really does.
So
Vino Air, made in America.
Yes. So what I'll do is I'll talk and cook at the same time.
Okay,
How's
good.
that?
You're a multitasker.
Okay, so this is cucumber we're putting in.
And I will eat the ends of it if you want to throw those away.
So then watch this. Living in an RV is not shit.
That's fine. 3 second rule.
3 second rule. Don't worry about it, people. Living in an RV is not what.
It's all cracked up to you, huh?
No, it's not. Now, I will say this. So very, very, very quickly on this salad, I start out with 5 wheels of the zucchini, and I put it in there, and I just see how it looks. I start out with 5.
Cucumber or zucchini?
Sorry, cucumber.
It certainly tastes like a cucumber to me, but
looks like zucchini. Yeah,
it does look
cucumber.
like zucchini.
Yeah. So I start off with 5 wheels just to see where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some cheese here. I'm just
It's like seasoned feta?
No, it's just plain feta.
Okay. It looked like it had some kind of seasoning on it.
It's from the chicken.
Oh, from the chicken. Okay.
Yeah. So then actually, so what I do is I first do the cucumbers and the tomatoes at the same time.
Okay.
Because I want that ratio to be 50-50.
Right. I got you.
Okay. And so when you do it and you say, oh man, I've got too many tomatoes, then just cut up 1 or 2 wheels of the cucumber.
With tomatoes.
Yeah. And so as far as the tomatoes go,
Mm-hmm.
you can use any kind of tomato you want.
I will say that you picked
Beef
some
steak.
really good ones.
Yeah. But these
They're nice and sweet.
are
They're
sweet.
delicious. They're delicious.
So they're fun to eat. They're fun to cook with. And they just go well with these salads.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know, not many tomatoes are actually delicious to eat by themselves. These are.
these are.
These are so good.
Yeah, so these here, and here. And I'm just looking for a 50-50 deal on these. If you prefer a different ratio, go for it.
Whatever suits your fancy.
Exactly. Whatever you want. But me, I like 50-50 just to see where I'm at. That's just how I like it. So I'm going to put these in here and look at it. And that looks about 50. So it looks 50-50. I'm just going to do one more wagon wheel.
Here we go, a little look here.
Yeah.
Before we
One
put
more
the extra
wheel.
in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
One more wheel. So that looks a little bit better. Now I'm going to do some bell pepper.
Nice.
Okay. And I use red bell pepper because a friend told me that it has the most
It has more vitamin C.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I use
red and orange have way more vitamin C than green, but all of them are very good for you. And also something else that bell peppers have, which is really good and healthy, is collagen. Now citrus, we think of citrus as being better for vitamin C, and actually per ounce red and orange peppers or yellow peppers have more than oranges than citrus. But I think citrus has more collagen.
So
very healthy though.
I put in some bell pepper.
And I like how you're putting the seeds and stuff in there. There's a lot of flavor.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
So then,
Well, you think about it. So peppers, when you're talking hot peppers, most of the heat comes from the seeds and the fibrous part here, the part that we cut out on a bell pepper, not for anything else other than it has a weird texture. It's kind of foamy and doesn't chew well.
mm-hmm.
But on hot peppers, most of the heat, the capsaicin, is actually contained in the seeds and that part, which I can't remember what they call that fibrous white part.
Well,
Seeds attached to.
my style of cooking is called Tuscan.
Yes.
And Tuscan cooking, as you know, they use scraps. They use absolutely everything to get it done.
Oh yeah.
So this is like a Tuscan Greek salad.
Nice. Like it.
So I had a little bit of extra bell pepper, so I just used it all.
Yep.
So I'm just looking here. I'm like, okay, we could use it a little bit more. Maybe one more wagon wheel, and we'll just see where we're at, There. That's okay. Now after that, put in some...
I must be Tuscan.
What's that?
I must be Tuscan.
Well, or you're a Tuscan Raider.
Exactly what I was thinking. You're a Tuscan Raider.
You're a Tuscan Raider?
Star Wars.
Right, Star Wars.
Have you seen the Boba Fett series yet?
No.
They actually, he escapes because of his armor from the Sarlacc or whatever thing he falls into in the Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Return of the Jedi. And he climbs out and he's dying in the sun. And the Tusken Raiders take him in initially sort of as a scavengery prisoner kind of thing. But he wins them over and they train him in his ways. And Boba Fett turns around and becomes a heroic character and a positive force.
Really? All
Yes.
right, so about that much onion. I'm just looking at ratios, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just makes sense. Could you use a little bit more? Yeah, it's always use a little bit more. So I'm just going to go like this here. Just cut off an edge like this.
This pepper is good. If you're making a soup, you'd want to put this in the soup, cook it down.
There. I'm happy with that. Just kind of bust it up here. Right. And I look at it, right? I'm always looking at it, see if it makes sense.
There you go. The human garbage disposal.
That's right. So here we are with some feta cheese. Start off with this.
Mm-hmm.
We use more. Why? Because we love feta cheese.
Sometimes more is better,
That's right.
but not always. In this scenario, yes. And feta cheese is high level water content. So per ounce that you consume, it actually has less calories than most cheeses. It is still very high in protein. So that, along with the chicken, makes this a very, very healthy dish.
Now I just kind of mix it up and I'm look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You see it. It makes sense to me.
Looks good. Share it with our audience.
It makes sense.
Very nice.
All right. It's just making sense.
Yeah. Isn't that sort of how you tend to cook? You tend to cook by
It just
by
has
feel.
to make sense.
I feel.
This is our chicken.
Which he just roasted.
Just
This is not store bought. This is Greg roasted.
Greg roasted.
I witnessed the process.
Okay. So here we have it, right? So that's almost done. We're almost there.
Man, that's good.
Almost there. How's that wine?
That's so
a
good.
Wine?
That's so good. I tell you, this Vino Air, this thing makes a huge difference. You don't have to go out and buy the big fancy. I got Greg one of these, and I got Greg the big fancy one. And this is so much easier to use, and I swear it's just as functional. It just works just as well. So the idea here is it introduces air into the wine as you pour it, which, especially in red wines, that brings out a lot of the subtle flavors. Like you would typically open a wine and let it breathe, but why you put it in a decanter. But this does the work. Takes the edge off.
Takes the edge off. So this is mixed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty, right? So now our last phase.
Right?
Our last phase.
Is where we saladize it.
Saladize it. Olive oil. About this much. You don't want to use too much because it'll break down.
Right.
It'll break.
You just need enough to kind of bring everything together.
White wine vinegar.
And why do you choose to use white wine on it? Just to keep the color simple?
It's got some bite to it.
Okay.
White wine, red wine is a little bit sweeter.
It is. It is.
So this has some bite to it. I like the bite.
Mm-hmm.
I do 50-50.
And it keeps the colors similar.
Keeps the colors. It's got some good bite.
Yep.
Now I'm going to do a pinch of salt. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Pinch of salt. Some nice fresh ground pepper.
Of course, he also did on the chicken, the roasted chicken. He did prepare that with, I believe, salt, pepper, and paprika. Correct?
Exactly. Salt, pepper.
So this is a complementary seasoning here.
Yeah. And then that's salt and pepper, and then some oregano.
This is key to making it Greek.
Oregano.
That and feta. If you didn't put the feta and oregano in there, heck, if you didn't put the feta in there, this could be some sort of Italian Tuscan salad.
Okay, then we're going to mix it up.
So yeah, so get back to your RV adventure stuff and what you've learned from that.
So living in an RV is nice would be nice if you lived in San Diego with a bunch of millionaires at an RV park.
Gotcha.
But when you're in an airport parking lot by yourself, hooked up to 50 amp service, you're bored, man.
You could lose your mind, is what you're saying?
You lose your mind, man.
So my mother probably will be watching this. She's our biggest fan. One of her comments she made to me was, watching the videos while you were out there, was she was concerned about your mental health.
Dude, man, it was on the fucking decline. It was on the decline, man. I was goddamn declining. I'm gonna be honest with you on that one.
And you're a tough cat.
I'm a tough cat.
You are. Well, cheers to here, and cheers to your toughness. You're going to go tough it out again, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But this time you have a plan.
Have a plan.
Right?
Yeah. So try this
Okay.
and tell me what you think about it. What does it need?
Okay.
More olive oil, more white wine, vinegar, salt, pepper, oregano.
I'm gonna guess if anything, I probably would want more oregano. Would be my guess.
All right.
Cause I love oregano.
This is on you.
The seasoning, the salt and pepper's about perfect. Maybe a couple more twists of pepper and but some more oregano. We think some more
Right.
oregano.
Couple twists of pepper.
All right, I probably should do the pepper.
Some oregano.
A little bit more oregano.
How about the white wine vinegar and olive oil?
I think the vinegar's good. I think the olive oil's good, but why don't you taste it? See what you think. You maybe want to put a little more olive oil in, but I think it's good. That was.
Kind of dry to me.
So a little olive oil. That would be the olive oil. That was what I was thinking potentially could be the. I think the vinegar is good though, don't you? I mean, if you want to put a little more vinegar in, that's okay with me. But the olive oil will be the only thing I would say probably.
Just a hair.
Just a hair. Okay.
Just keep it real.
All right. Cool. Gotta keep that oil under control.
Keep it real. Where are we? Could use some more feta.
I'm good with the feta.
Okay.
I think that's very good.
So
I'm good with that. If you want to add something else yourself, try it one more time.
I'm
I'm
good.
good with it. I'm good with it.
I'm gonna
I think
trust
it's
you.
delicious. I think it's delicious.
I'm gonna trust you.
We'd always add a little bit more to our own individual dishes if we like.
That's right.
I'm sorry, people, you can't have this. No smell of video. No.
Smell vision.
Yes, right. I was thinking YouTube's a smell of video.
This is yours.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna show them.
Very nice.
Show them yours, right?
Yep,
That's
yep,
it.
very nice. Yep.
All right.
I will wait till you prepare yours before I'm gonna have a little bit more wine. I think I may be ahead of you, but you're pretty close.
No, I'm done.
There we go. And that's it. Highly recommend this. This is fabulous. 2022 Yomi Pinot Noir. It's very good. Very good. I also recommend the Vino Air. It really makes a difference.
All right, let's try
All right,
it.
buddy.
Good appetit.
Bon appetit.
All right, let's see what we got here. It's legit.
It's legit. I have to say, your little bit extra olive oil, definitely a good touch.
So,
all right. So it's not big news with John and Greg unless we talk some news. What are you thinking? There's a lot of news. We haven't been on much lately.
So
how do we decipher what we want to talk about?
I want to talk about two big court cases that are very, very different.
Okay.
And so you've got, and they're both political. One's Trump, found guilty. Hunter Biden found guilty.
Right.
And to me, the big difference between the two trials is that in Trump's trial, you've got people sending death threats to jurors and the judge.
And the judge, which is why I had to do the silencing thing. What do you call it? The non. What do you call it? Where you can't talk about it.
Gag order.
Gag order. Thank you. Yeah.
And then, but in Hunter's case, there's no death threats.
No.
Okay, and
in fact, in Hunter's case, his dad said, "I'm going to let the jury determine what's going on, and that's going to be the deal."
mm-hmm,
Donald Trump would pardon himself if he could.
Mhm.
Pardon whoever. I mean, look, right before he left office, he pardoned a bunch of crooked criminals
mm-hmm.
convicted by his own Justice Department. His own Justice Department. So this idea that somehow that the president runs the Justice Department, no. This doesn't happen.
Doesn't make sense.
Some great water right here, people. Hawaiian Waikea water. I can't say it right. Waikea water. Anyways, great water.
All right, so here's the ultimate question.
The real trick on water, before you go into that, what does it taste like at room temperature?
This is good food, man.
This is good food. You know what? If America ate this healthy, we'd have less of a health problem. Our healthcare costs would go down tremendously.
If you go to Europe, people are slim.
This is how people eat. Yeah.
Especially if you go to the Nordic countries, they're slim.
They're all slim. Yes, they are. Pardon me while I chew. That's how it was when we were growing up in America, too, though. I remember someone that thought they were fat was like 10 pounds overweight or something. 15, I mean, like me. I'm like 10, 15 pounds over my ideal weight.
No, you're not.
Technically, I am. But anyways. But that would be, it's like a friend of mine from Brazil. He says, "You're like a big person in Brazil." Same thing. And I think it's fast food and over-processed food mostly. I mean, you can go, like McDonald's has a new program where you can get a meal deal for $5. It's a soda, fries, and either a double burger or whatever. Honestly, it's more healthy than stuff people are buying in the grocery store frozen and shit. But
this costs together about $6.
no.
It's about $6 to produce this, $3 a head.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good deal, man. It's cheap.
Most expensive part's going to be the cheese and the meat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's that should be a big part of Big News with John and Greg. Eat healthy, have a better life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so good too.
It's good. So that's, to me, that's a big difference between the Trump trial and the Biden trial.
Yes.
The Hunter trial is there's no death threats with Hunter.
No.
And they're accepting the results.
They're both guilty of doing something. Here's the weird twist. Probably neither one of these cases go to court if the politics aren't involved. Probably neither one. Now, the cases that should be going to court on Trump would be
Documents case in Florida.
Documents case in Florida, the January 6th case, and the Georgia case. Those are the ones that should be going to court. But they're not because they're being dragged out by partisan politics. You literally have the Georgia political system doing everything they can to make sure that never happens. Now, I will say this. Trump did raise record amounts of money on his guilty verdict.
How much did he make?
I don't even know, but it's records. Like
around 100.
So here's the
Around
Biden
109.
was way ahead of him on fundraising, and now he's catching up. It was like in the same month since then, he's outgained fundraising Biden by like 5 times or something. It's insane. And you know, probably most of this is a bunch of people just spending their poor hard-earned money for some guy they believe in who's just a shyster. When I say shyster, that's a lawyer term, but
Well, he's a goddamn shyster. That's for sure. There's no two ways about it.
I think You need to talk more because I'm not eating fast enough. I'll let you ask me questions and you talk about stuff. And I'll try to catch up. This is fantastic.
So then, that's the big deal.
A big deal.
Also, you have more and more incidents of Justice Alito and Clarence Thomas showing Planet Earth that they are very, very, very right.
Corrupt.
Yes.
They're corrupt. 100%
corrupt. So when you're taking trips on Gulf Streams from billionaires, that just doesn't look good. And if you're a Supreme Court justice, you're supposed to be in this pristine club where you're above all of it. But when you're in the fray, taking trips on private jets from billionaires on vacations, and even your wife, Clarence Thomas, his wife, completely, I think she sent a memo to the Trump White House saying that something about January 6th in 2020 and they need to stop the votes, or, you know.
She was involved in protesting.
Yes. I mean, that's just, you don't have your wife. Clarence Thomas needs to control his wife. And Thomas Alito and Justice Alito, Samuel Alito, he needs to control his wife too. Correct. That's my opinion. And I'm going to say one more thing. You need to finish eating.
Yeah.
You don't need to comment. No commenting.
I do have a comment.
Mom, don't let him comment. Mom, don't let him comment. No Cocoa Puffs for you. So then, you know, when you have this, okay, I know
there's an irony comment I want to have at some point.
Okay, so try to hold on to it. So then, you know, I'm a good liberal guy, right? You're a good liberal guy.
We're liberal on social things,
right?
A little bit more moderate.
But I'm gonna say this in public, and it's tape recorded. It's gonna be out there. Okay, are you ready? In my opinion, if a man is married to a woman, okay, the man gets the last word in the house. I know that's the 1970s, 1960s.
That certainly is an older version of it.
But the man gets the last word in the house, and the man needs to control his wife. And people don't want to say it. But guess what? If you're Samuel Alito, Supreme Court Justice, and if your wife is supposedly, allegedly hanging flags upside down, you know what? You need to control your wife. John, you don't want to hear it. Maybe your mom doesn't want to hear it. But guess what?
I think it depends on the household. Who runs the household? If you're a Supreme Court justice, you run the household. So I agree with you in those two cases. I think there are many cases, though, where the woman runs the household. If
a woman lives with you, who's going to run the household, John? If a woman lives with you, who's going to run the household? Well, that's why I'm still
a bachelor.
If a woman were to live with you, who's going to run the house?
I would say it would be a partnership. But that's why I don't.
Only one person is swinging, and that's the man. Okay? I know that's a real sexist thing to say, but guess what?
I think it really depends on the situation, though.
Would you let a woman run your house?
No. But that's why I'm a bachelor.
Exactly.
That's why I'm still a bachelor. My dad is in a situation where he's frustrated because a woman runs the house.
That's right. He needs to run the house.
Yep. But she's 10 years younger, so.
See, and in that sense, I'm conservative.
Well, both you and I have places where we're very liberal and very conservative. We're like most of America, to be honest with you. You know? Most people aren't all left or all right. You know?
I think people are afraid to say, man runs the house. They're afraid to say it.
Okay, but here's the point I'm making. That in this day and age, I know many households where the woman makes more money and has a more sophisticated and important job. one of my coworkers. I won't say his name, but his wife works for Volvo.
Mike Johnson.
His wife works in finance at Volvo and makes like 3 times as much money as he does. Now, he's the guy that takes care of getting the lawn done. I mean, he does, he takes care of getting shit done. But when it comes right down to it, his wife has the authority if she wants to use it. But they have a cooperative thing. This is why they have a successful marriage. So I think the point that you're making is valid in many scenarios, but I would say it's about a 75-25 split. I think it really has less to do with the sex than the breadwinner. Less to do with the gender and more to do with the breadwinner and the mentality. You're a natural leader. You would never have.
I would agree with this.
You would never have a partner that tried to dominate you, as you know from experience. They can get pretty whiny and bitchy.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So, but there are perfect. I have customers that come into the store and they're perfectly happy having their wife pick out their shoes. That would never happen for me. It's not going to happen. Okay, so I don't think that there's inherently a problem with that. The point I was actually going to make, and I will finish this, the point I was going to make is the irony of the Alito issue and the
Clarence
Thomas issue is both of those guys were appointed by nice, moderate Republicans, the Bushes.
And those motherfuckers went off the rails.
They went off the rails. They're fucking crazy. How long, so Roberts has been there a while. He seems practical in many ways, but he's starting to kind of go off the rails a little bit.
Who?
Chief Justice Roberts.
I think he's okay, right?
I think he's okay for now, but I'm concerned long term that I think the longer you're in there, the more opportunity to be corrupted is. These two guys have been there longer than anybody else.
They were corrupt.
Sotomayor is the oldest, because let's see. All the Democrat-appointed people, the older ones, we are gone because we lost. What was her name? RGB. We lost her to cancer. Then the other, So the oldest of the liberals is, I think, Sotomayor. But she's in her late 60s or whatever. Anyways, we see no corruption at all so far on that side. And I think part of it is that the Democratic Party, the left-leaning politics in our country, is the more open to talk about things party. Like the Republicans, one of the things they're known for is everybody goes in a direction. It's like a fish.
They're followers.
It's like if you ever gone scuba diving, you see a big school of fish.
Mm-hmm.
They're all going together. That's the Republicans. You see a reef with all these fish kind of doing their own thing. That's the Democrats. So that's sort of my take. But again, I thought it's ironic that the two most corrupt and weirdest ones were appointed by some pretty moderate, respectable presidents. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
I think George Bush is probably shitting in his pants right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what have I done?
What have I done?
What have I done?
I bet he wishes he could pull that back.
I'm serious, man.
Yeah.
Because George Bush is not radical.
No, not at all.
The Bush family is normal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're straight up normal.
100%. And credit to them. They've never, all these Republicans, Rubio and dude from Texas and all that, they're telling the truth about Trump before he gets elected. Now they want this fucking Ted Cruz. Now they'll kiss his ass, whatever it takes to be important. I mean, how is that? I can't even grasp that concept. Probably why I couldn't be in politics. I mean,
they're goddamn crazy.
It's you tell the truth about this guy, but then because he gets power, You want to kiss his ass?
You kiss his ass.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You get on one knee and you kiss his ring. Right? That's what you do.
Mm-hmm. The founding fathers were concerned about this kind of personality. They didn't want kings. Where are we? We need to probably end this. We want to be under a half hour or so.
I'm turning on the ending music now.
All right, good. John can run on too long. Well, buddy,
John, it was nice listening to you.
that was fun. Well, you got a good segment there when I was eating.
You're still not finished.
I'm still not
What
finished.
does that say?
Yeah. I eat slow and talk too much.
No cocoa.
But
no
I-
cocoa puffs for you.
Dude, I am the star though, aren't I?
You're the star. Many stars.
You make everything happen.
Cocoa puff. No
No
cocoa.
Cocoa Puffs. No Cocoa Puffs for me. That's
No
good.
Cocoa
It's
Puffs
processed
for you.
food. I don't need to eat that shit.
No cocoa puffs.
They're tasty, but I don't eat them. I'd rather eat this. I don't eat breakfast.
Pop question.
Mm-hmm.
How fast did Han Solo say the Millennium Falcon would go?
How many parts? What? Something.
0.5
Quite
past
far
light
past.
speed.
Yeah.
0.5 past light speed.
Like yeah. 0.5 past light speed.
So make 0.5 past light speed. Is that fast enough for you, old man?
You know me. I can't quote shit.
All right, man.
That was fun.
Say goodbye.
Hasta luego.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
We'll see you soon from location. From him from